Okay, so what we have here is a Sonor Performer 14 by 6.5 I think, snare drum. It's probably described as vintage because I think it's over 25 years old now. It was allegedly used by Frankie Goes to Hollywood on Top of the Pops, and it was part of a black Sonor Performer kit that I had as my first sort of proper drum kit, and this is the last surviving bit of it. It's got to go because I've now got two snare drums. I've got a bit of an upgrade on this one, and I can't afford to have two sitting around, so it's got to go. It's a great snare drum, really well made, and this one, as you can see, is made in Germany. It's not made in China or somewhere like that. It's the real deal. The chrome work on it for something this old is fantastic, really. There's no real rust or pitting on it at all, except perhaps for one or two minor sort of tiny little dings on the rims. But you have to look pretty close to find them. And I haven't really even properly polished this yet. I've just given it a bit of a clean. The mechanism works really nicely. There's the mechanism on the side there. We just see that coming on and off. Very simple mechanism, but very effective. Loosen it or tighten the snare. I've replaced the snare cords. Okay, and on the bottom, it's got a relatively new, probably 6 months old, no dings or damage to it at all, Remo Weather King Ambassador snare. It has an Evans mini EMAD device, dampening device, which you simply attach via its Velcro, like that, or like that, or not at all, as you wish and require. Okay, but very effective on the dampening side there. There's also a little bit of felt inside the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that, but basically when that sits the right way round, it just very gently sits against the underside of the head, just giving it a little extra dampening just to take out any ring. But obviously you can pull it out to your heart's content. So the idea here is that, yes, this is on eBay and it's being sold, and hopefully it'll be sold soon for the right kind of fee, but also out of interest for people who are into Sonor and into old vintage kits. They might be interested to see this drum and to see what it looks like and what it sounds like. It's basically pretty simple. You can see the inside, it's chrome over steel, but as you can see again on the inside, not a hint or sign of any rust or dirt damage or anything nasty like that. Okay, on the top it's got a Remo Weather King PowerStroke X. PowerStroke X is basically a quality Remo head with a dampening ring on the underside. Just take a little bit of ring out of it. However, it doesn't take quite enough ring out of it, so these little chaps obviously take these wherever I go. Moon gel squares, a couple of those either side is just the ticket. Okay, so I'm going to play you some notes. Apologies for my technique because it's not great. It's all right on a kit, but on a snare drum when we're looking at rudiments and things, it's not very good. So, but the snare drum sounds okay, so that's the main thing. Okay, so what I'll do first is I'll play it with the wires off, so you get just the sound of the drum. Okay, here we go. Start on the outside, working towards the middle, just to get the full tone in the middle. And a lot of time when I'm playing, I'll sort of play either side of the centre anyway, but here you go. Okay, pretty straightforward, got a nice tone. Snare wires go on. I have them sort of reasonably tight, just so they don't make a lot of noise on live performance and stuff, so you get quite a nice tight sound. The top head incidentally is done up fairly tight. It's just a personal thing, that's just how I like it. It sounds quite nice and tight, and I'm not one for sort of loose top heads on snare drums. I think unless you've got extremely expensive snare drums, it never really quite works. So, but hopefully this is going to sound okay. The snare on. Start from the outside in. Nice full tone in the middle. It's nice and loud as it's coming across. I'm recording this, by the way, on a Zoom H2 recorder, so what you hear is hopefully what it really does sound like, and hopefully the sound is going to come across okay. So just a bit more. A few 5-stroke rolls, at least we think that's what they are.